Ferris and Tony Johnson have local news. Shea Sturdivant takes a look at sports, and Dave Banks has the weather. In the news, Sheriff-elect Joe Patterson will take office at midnight tonight. We'll take a close look at the new sheriff in a moment. And anti-Shah demonstrators are becoming more and more violent. Now here again is Bill Ferris.
This is the Tennessee Valley's news leader, Channel 31 Huntsville. From the winners, this is 31 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, everyone.
From the winners, this is Eyewitness News with Jim Marsh and Heather Burns, Dave Cody on sports, and Bob Barron's Eye on weather.
This is the Tennessee Valley's news leader, Channel 31 Huntsville.
From the winners, this is Eyewitness News with Jim Marsh and Heather Burns, Dave Cody on sports, and Bob Barron's Eye on weather.
You're watching WAAY-TV, Channel 31 in Huntsville, the one more people watch for news than any other station. Now, live, 31 Eyewitness News with Don Phelps, Heather Burns, Gary Dobbs' Eye on Weather, Bob Labby with sports, and news from the Shoals Bureau. This is 31 Eyewitness News, the clear choice.
Tonight on Eyewitness News, what would a new year be without some fresh faces? You'll see Huntsville's first baby of the year. There are some new laws in 1988, from what you might expect to the bizarre. And before we leave 1987 completely behind, we'll look back at another of the top stories of the year. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Heather Burns. Don has the night off.
You're watching WAAY-TV, Channel 31 in Huntsville, the one more people watch for news than any other station. Now, live, 31 Eyewitness News tonight with Heather Burns, Don Phelps, Gary Dobbs' Eye on Weather, Bob Labby with sports, and news from the Shoals Bureau. This is 31 Eyewitness News tonight, the clear choice.
Good evening, everyone. How dangerous are bridges in South Tennessee?
You're watching WAAY-TV, Channel 31 in Huntsville, the one more people watch for news than any other station. And now, from your 24-hour news source, Anna Clayton, Adrian Gibson Weather, Chris P. Sports, and Kim Albright Traffic. This is 31 Eyewitness News Morning.
Coming up this morning on your 24-hour news source, a total quality management plan at Alabama A&M that translates into more than 100 employees out of work. And Colbert County's Emergency Management Agency is out of money. And is Walter Leroy Moody out of...
You're watching WAAY-TV, Channel 31 in Huntsville, the one more people watch for news than any other station. And now, from your 24-hour news source, Don Phelps, Heather Burns, Gary Dobbs Weather, and A.C. Johnson Sports. This is 31 Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, the ABC program Primetime Live aired a disturbing report on daycare centers and the lack of care many America's children receive there.
It was very...
From WAAY-TV, Channel 31, your 24-hour news source. This is 31 News at 6.
Straight ahead on 31 News at 6, a man stories coming up next. And then later tonight on 31 News at 10, life is an emotional roller coaster for AIDS patients. Find out how victims and caregivers are coping. That's tonight at 10.
You're watching 31 News at 6 with Heather Burns, Don Phelps, Bob Barron Weather, and Gus Hergert Sports. 31 News, coverage you can count on.
Well, one of the reasons the UAH ladies...
You're watching 31 News at 10 with Don Phelps, Heather Burns, Gary Dobbs Weather, and Jeff Spiegel Sports. From Channel 31, Huntsville's only 24-hour news source, Stuart Stanley, Beverly Taylor, Rick Mecklenburg Weather, and David Lamb Sports. This is 31 News at 5:30. Coverage you can count on for the Tennessee Valley. This is 31 News.
Police believe the men who robbed this Mississippi bank murdered a Shoals man and his son, while dozens of police from 2 different states look for clues. Complete live coverage coming up. Plus, the first results are in on why a teenager died at Madison Square Mall this weekend.
Manufactured homes have such a bad reputation? I'm Tony Jordan. We'll explore that question in my series, Home, Safe Home, coming up on 31 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Heather Burns.
WAAY-31 Huntsville. Live from the heart of the Tennessee Valley. This is WAAY-31 News, live at 10. Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY-31 News, first at 4.
As expected, John Roberts is not offering any specifics on how he might rule on controversial issues.
Minutes. And now the news is on your way.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY-31 News, live at 5.
Recalled to Washington in the surprise chain of events today, the head of FEMA was relieved of his Hurricane Katrina duties. Calling Huntsville home, one family of hurricane evacuees has decided not to go back to Louisiana and instead begin a new life in the Rocket City. And enjoying Alabama's tourist attractions for free. That's just what evacuees will be able to do this weekend. Details are coming up. Good evening, I'm Erin Dacey. One New Orleans.
Tell you where Ophelia may be.
You're watching WAAY-31 News, live at 5 with Erin Dacey. Judged Best News Anchor for 3 years in a row by the Associated Press.
Closed captioning brought to you in part by...
Let's look at Hurricane Ophelia. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. And now the news is on your way.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY-31 News, live at 6.
One evacuee family is now calling themselves Huntsvillians. See how the United Way helped this family get back on their feet.
And signs of life are flowing back into some parts of the Gulf Coast. The latest on hurricane relief efforts straight ahead. Good evening. I'm Sharon Joviet.
And I'm Erin Dacey. One New Orleans family is dropping the term evacuees and referring to themselves as Huntsvillians.
You're watching WAAY-31 News, live at 6 with Sharon Joviet and Erin Dacey. Erin is honored by the Associated Press as the state's top anchor for the 3rd year in a row.
Closed captioning brought to you in part by LA Weight Loss.
WAAY-31 Midday News starts now. WAAY-31 News at 10 starts now.
Proration continues to hit the valley. Budget cuts may force another school to close its doors. A nationwide Amber Alert has been issued for this 2-year-old girl. Why authorities believe she may be right here in Huntsville. Brad?
After weekend snows, it is time to see some very cold temperatures. Then the 7-day forecast shows more change ahead. It's the springtime weather. Your forecast is coming up.
Good evening. I'm Erin Dacey in tonight for Karen Adams. Thank you for joining us.
We asked you to respond to the government's thoughts on slavery and the apology, and boy, did you. Your thoughts are coming up. And it's been 1 year since a nurse was hit and killed in front of Huntsville Hospital. Is it any safer tonight? And Shoals residents take a stand as a controversial teacher fights for his job. Brad?
Weather-wise, scattered showers moving out of the area right now. Doppler radar still shows some rain showers across the Tennessee Valley, some thunder and lightning. But after that, boy, is it going to get hot. Your forecast coming up, Karen.
WAAY-31 News at 10 starts now.
Just days before school starts, the Lauderdale County Board of Education says a reputable teacher and coach will not return to the classroom. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Karen Adams. An investigation began in May.
You're watching WAAY-31 First News at 10 in high definition.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Jillian Pavlica. Well, we enjoyed perfect spring weather across the valley today. Let's check in with meteorologist Mary Perry and hopes.
This is home. WAAY-31 Hometown News starts now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Holly Thrasher in for Aaron Dacey.
And I am Justin McFarland. A big roll tide out there to everybody watching this morning, as it was a huge night for the University of Alabama. We'll get to that in just a few moments. But first,
WAAY-31 News Mornings starts now. Comprehensive coverage of today's top Redstone, space, and tech headlines. WAAY-31 Hometown Focus starts now. WAAY-31 News at 5 starts now. Coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News Mornings starts now.
You know, just in case you haven't yet heard, let me be the bearer of good news. Alabama, the new national champions. Good morning, and thanks for getting your day started with us here on WAAY-31. I'm Bill Young. Meredith Wood has the morning off, no doubt recovering, resting her voice from screaming at that TV.
Coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News at 10 starts now.
We begin with breaking news tonight after
coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 Morning News starts now.
This morning, you're taking a live look over Huntsville City Schools.
Coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 Midday News starts now.
We're keeping a close eye on the possibility of some snowflakes today. You're taking a look at the WAAY-31 Future Radar. Most of us have the chance for some snow flurries. More on that in a moment. And now you're taking a live look over Guntersville, where there could be enough accumulation for a light dusting.
Coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News at 4 starts now.
You're taking a live look at the WAAY-31 Storm Tracker radar. All clear right now after a round of storms made their way through earlier today. A few more storms could still be possible later this evening. This comes as thousands of people hit the roads ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Taking a live look at road conditions in
coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News at 5 starts now.
We're taking a live look above Huntsville from our WAAY-31 sky cam after some early showers. Calm conditions, but cloudy, giving people a chance to get a jump on their Thanksgiving travel.
Even during the pandemic, millions of people are expected to travel for the holiday, many making the
coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News at 6 starts now.
One of the biggest travel holidays of the year is officially upon us. Thousands of drivers make their way through North Alabama over the next few days to visit loved ones.
Coverage you can count on. WAAY-31 News at 10 starts now.
Cause for concern. The number of coronavirus cases and hospitalizations spiked.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY-31 News at 10.
Thanks for choosing WAAY-31 News at 10. I'm Nicole Williams.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. Our top story tonight, planning weekend outdoor activities as you get ready to head to bed.
WAAY-31 Chief Meteorologist Taylor.
Log on to WAAY-TV.com and get connected to WAAY-31.